The Donkey Sanctuary has been working to improve the welfare and the conditions of the working donkeys at Santorini for many years.
They use the tourism for down the steps at the old port, where they transfer the people from the port up to the Thera, the capital of Santorini, and they charge €5. That's their livelihood.
The problem we have is the cable car. You know, the cable car is working flat out. It can take 36 people at a time, and unfortunately it can't cope with the people coming off the ships. You may have 6,000 people in a day coming off. There's big queues and people still ride the donkeys because they don't want to wait in the queue. We started really making a difference in 2008, introduced the codes of practice, and were recommending several different options for them to work with. We then came back after monitoring for several years in 2011, where we met the mayor again, and they offered to increase water supply, shade, and change lots of different things for the welfare of the animals. The council subsequently put in the shade at the top of the steps. That's as far as they went. So with Santorini Animal Welfare, we've been monitoring the situation for many years. We've had several areas which have gone very well. Unfortunately, as with all animal welfare, things go back as well, where people don't do as they say. It is frustrating, but we're making a difference. Yeah, we're here to act on the animal's behalf, on the donkey's behalf, and that's all we can do. We can do the best we can. The main areas of concern we have is the shade at the top and the bottom of the steps. They're out in up to 40-degree heat for up to 8-10 hours a day, so it's very hard for them. The lack of water supply.
They don't have the right equipment for them, where you see a lot of donkeys have different conditions in their stomach because they use kind of pipes, which we're trying to change that. So
we're looking on how we can improve the harnessing in conjunction with the owners here to make something locally for them, which is locally cheap, and they will be able to buy. Health and safety on the steps is an issue. They're only supposed to have 9 animals at a time going down. They will bring up to 25. And with over 360 working on the steps, it can be quite a dangerous environment for people walking up and down, and the animals can be up and down. The attitude of the owners is quite bad. There are some very good owners here who treat everyone with respect, but there are others that really don't treat the tourists with any respect. They shout and scream at them. Yeah, the big mules, and they are big mules here, which is really good, can carry up to about 100 kilos. So we're trying to make them aware that if you're over 100 kilos, you should make an informed choice. Do I get on the animal? Do I not? They assume because this is Europe, the standards are okay and there are no issues, and they don't see any problems with it at all. Without them,
they wouldn't have the caldera today. The caldera that we see, the more beautiful, is those animals that made this caldera. And they have to respect that.
I think one of our main concerns is if we stop doing the type of work we're doing here with the outreach program and the advocacy with the donkeys, and also supporting small charities, especially on Santorini. I think if we stop doing that, the welfare of the animals on the island will actually go backwards. There's no trained farrier here. There's one vet who does some work, but it will definitely go backwards. And it's a big concern for us that if we stop this, the mules on the steps will have no one who's fighting for them.